Today is August 18th. In exactly 4 months, Avengers Doomsday will be available in theaters. This marks a very culturally significant moment, and a lot of people want in on that, including myself. However, Marvel has a bit of a problem, a homework problem. In recent years, there has been a growing disapproval for what many are calling a homework issue with Marvel's MCU, and not the algebra kind. This is an issue that is mostly unique to Marvel and their cinematic universe because of how much of an accomplishment it is. Movies have had quote-unquote homework as long as they have had sequels. If you watch the second Star Wars movie, you may not understand what's going on if you haven't seen the first one. Shout out to Marvin Gaye. The MCU, though, is more expansive than pretty much any other continuity in media. As Marvel's back catalog of content grows and grows, so does the burden to keep up. If you skip out on that one show you heard was pretty bad, you run the risk of falling behind on the treadmill that is the Marvel industrial film complex. And this narrative isn't unjustified. First, allow me to explain the concept of this series of videos. I was an avid Marvel enjoyer for many years of my early adolescence, but after Endgame I tapped out, and I assume that may be the case for a lot of people. So what I want to accomplish here is to document my journey catching up with the MCU for Avengers Doomsday, and hopefully explain the important things so you don't have to do all the work I'm gonna do. But what does all the work consist of? As I alluded to before, the MCU has gotten quite big. 4 months until Avengers Doomsday may seem like plenty of time, but you have to consider the scale. I did some complex calculations consisting of good old counting and addition. We got our best people on this one. I added together all the mainline MCU content in what they have dubbed the Multiverse saga. If you are my intended audience for this series, you are familiar with most of the Infinity Saga. This spans the creation of the MCU in 2008 with Iron Man up until Avengers Endgame. After that is the Multiverse saga. The media from it consists of many TV shows and movies added together at 7,672 minutes. This doesn't include content I assume to be non-important. For example, What If, a show which, as I understand it, is about alternate scenarios that are not canon. 7,672 minutes comes out to about 128 hours. December 18th is 122 days away, meaning you would need to watch about an hour and some change of MCU content every day from now until Avengers Doomsday to catch up. So yeah, that's a lot of homework. But like in school, some of that homework is optional. And so next is... As it turns out, there is not an exact consensus for what material in the MCU is considered necessary and not necessary for Doomsday. Marvel put out a countdown to Avengers Doomsday, so perfect, just go off of that. However, it consists of 14 movies and 1 TV show, 6 of which are prior to Avengers Endgame, which seems suspicious, and many fans seem to take issue. So I decided to read through a bunch of posts and comments and tried to piece together a list which, at the very least, made sense to me. So here's my list. To start, let's go back to that official list by Marvel. The problem seems to be with not enough stuff rather than too much stuff, and since we can reasonably assume Marvel knows what the movie is about since they are the ones making it, I decided to keep everything on their list. Of course, since I'm doing it post-Endgame, I'm going to chop off the Infinity Saga section, which makes 10 movies remaining. X-Men and X2 are both made by Fox and predate the MCU, which makes their inclusion beyond me, but I won't question it. Next is Loki, which is on the MCU official list and seems to be a consensus among fans. If you want to trim down this already trimmed down watch list, I think keeping Loki is essential. A non-essential is my next pick in Black Widow. This is not on the MCU version, but many fans had this as a must watch. watch, just like Shang-Chi, which is another consensus pick. Next is just all the Spider-Man movies. This is a personal choice. You could get away with No Way Home according to Marvel, but Spider-Man is my favorite superhero, so I'm gonna watch all his movies. Multiverse of Madness is another consensus pick. Love and Thunder is not on the Marvel one, but it is on most fan ones. Wakanda Forever is consensus. Quantamania and the Marvels are both off the official version, but pop up on most of the fan ones. You could probably skip them if you want. Deadpool and Wolverine is consensus, so is Thunderbolts. Brave New World appears to be, based on fan comments, another skippable movie, but it is on the Marvel list. Finally is what seems to be the most important movie, Fantastic Four. If you are watching this December 17th and have to pick just one movie to see before Doomsday, first of all, I'm sorry for you, but second of all, I would pick this one. Next is a quick aside for my personal watch list, which is the homework for my homework. This consists of Deadpool, Deadpool 2, and Logan, which I figure I need to see before Deadpool and Wolverine. There's also Captain Marvel, along with Ant-Man and the Wasp. These two are from the Infinity Saga that I never went out to see. Now is for the If I Have Time category. These are the stuff on the fringe I should get through if I have time. Days of Future Past is another Fox X-Men film that people seemed confused about its exclusion from the Marvel list. It's hard to justify TV shows because they are just so much longer. So I have WandaVision and the Captain America TV show. I didn't even put the name of it in my notes. And 3 more shows, Echo, Miss Marvel, and Hawkeye. Finally, to prove I was thorough and for a good laugh, is the No One Cares section. Eternals is interesting because it is an MCU film, and yet I saw absolutely nobody even mention this thing. No one cares about Moon Knight, She-Hulk, or Werewolf. What is this, Twilight? Every comment I saw about Secret Invasion was about trying to forget it ever happened, so I figured it wasn't worth my time. Who is Agatha? Daredevil is here, which is a shame to me. The Daredevil Netflix show is a personal favorite of mine, so it is disappointing to me that he is apparently not going to be in this movie. Ironheart looked cool, but no one mentioned it. Marvel Zombies, do I even need to explain why this isn't here? And finally, who the hell is Wonder Man? So that is my list. As always, remember to be yourself.